Well, these days, if we need to know something, finding out is as easy as asking Siri or just typing something into Google.
You do that a lot.
I do.
But is our dependence on digital devices kind of messing with our memory a little bit? And that's where we turn to Catherine Bosley, who has got all the info on this. Is this true? What's going on?
This is very interesting, of course, because the #1 device, digital device, is your cell phone. If suddenly you are without it, how many phone numbers you have stored in here would you remember? Most of us are lucky if it's a handful, right? So as our phones do that kind of memory work for us, the big question is, what's happening to the real memory up here? When what you need to know these days is just a scroll, a tap, or a search away, and as long as it might take you to really remember something, you can have it right in front of you.
We depend on our cell phone for so much stuff. Cell phones carry just about everything for us now.
What about the phone numbers that you have up here now compared to what you used to back then?
They're gone.
They're gone?
Yeah.
All those phone numbers?
I have no idea what my wife's phone number is. I have to look under Amy.
And with situations like that, the term digital amnesia is born, which would go something like this. Do you think you could remember a whole bunch of phone numbers now?
Probably, but I doubt it. I think my mind, I have it so used to not worrying about that because my cell phone has it.
In fact, one European research firm gave it an official definition: the experience of forgetting information that you trust to a digital device to store for you.
We don't remember what we don't want to remember.
While it might sound bad, Dr. Brian Appleby of University Hospital says, hold on.
In a way, that actually frees up our memory.
As a geriatric psychologist, he deals with matters of memory often and says the idea of using something else to store information for you goes back forever.
This is not a novel concept. We have books. We have, other information storage systems that we've had for years, and our memory still is fairly good.
So it appears what our memories are good at is perhaps changing with technology. A study on digital amnesia shows of the 6,000 surveyed, 33% do not know or have memorized their partner's phone numbers, and about 51% don't know their own workplace phone numbers. But it's actually another issue related to this Dr. Appleby warns about.
I think perhaps the most concerning thing is attention span, because in order to have a memory, you have to be able to sustain your attention for a period of time in order for you to form that memory.
Well, that certainly makes sense, and what's really an indicator of how our memory priorities have changed over the years. Many of those people who can't remember even their spouse's phone numbers, they do remember the phone number of their childhood homes.
Absolutely.
Wow. It wasn't that long ago you really had to have that memorized and the address and all that stuff.
Well, what can you do to keep your memory strong? Because I must admit, I don't know my mom's phone number. I just hit Mom, and it goes right to her.
Me too.
So what can we do?
And my mom has had this number for years. Yes. Right, I know. So the doctor actually recommends projects that require concentration, like simple crosswords, video games, and even reading, and he's especially big on interaction with other people for deeper cognitive stimulation. So yeah, really talking to each other instead of doing this.
Personal contact?
Other,
so important.
Don't want any of that, huh?
None of that. All right, Catherine, thank you very much. Still to come here at the 4 o'clock special delivery, this little guy giving the good news, but about what? We'll find out on the other side of the break.
Are you sure?